It's God's power, His hand, His leading, His guiding, His just alone ability to give you the grace to overcome, to give you the grace to persevere, to give you the strength to push through. This is where real transformation, real conversion, real life change happens.
So, day 2, the final day of Millions Conference is finito. Dunzo. It's a wrap. It's over. And it was an amazing experience. I'm so happy that I took a leap of faith and I answered God's prompting and urging this time. More on that to come, you guys. Outfit check today. I decided to go with this top. I love the way this color looks on me. Wore these pants, leopard pumps. That was the look for today. You guys, today was another amazing day. This Millions Conference was hit right out the park. It was amazing. Day 1 was, the speakers were amazing. Day 2, amazing. God is definitely doing a new thing in a lot of people this season. And I strongly believe that He pulled, like I said yesterday in the previous day 1 clip, He pulled us away from what was our normal. Some of us traveled distances. Like, for instance, I came from New York. I'm here in Houston. Never been to Houston. This is my first time in Houston. I don't like to travel alone. Your girl is here by herself. But I feel like, personally, I feel like I was called to be here. Each day, each speaker dropped something that I was either going through that, as I shared yesterday, today was no different. You guys, I'm just in awe. I'm a little hungry right now. My energy is a little, just ordered some food to build my strength back up. But you guys, I had to make this recap before. I just felt compelled to make this recap of day 2 as promised. You guys, it's crazy. On yesterday's vlog, I mentioned something. I mentioned that God had dropped something in my spirit 3 years ago. That was like at the beginning of the pandemic. So a little bit before that, a year before the pandemic, God had dropped a vision for a business that I currently have. For those of you that know me, know that I have an online women's clothing and accessories store called Trend Outpost. I started it 4 years ago, but never, what's the word? I was going back and forth about the website, about the way it looked, about what I wanted to change, basically every iteration of the website, I was finding fault with. Oh, I don't want it to look like this. It doesn't look the way I want it. I want it to be perfect. I want this, I want that, I want the other thing. So I was in this loop of building out this site and things not working out the way I wanted to work out, and I wouldn't release it, I wouldn't publish it, I wouldn't do I would just sit there and try to perfect it instead of putting myself out there, letting people know that I have this new thing that I'm doing, and trying to garner support for it. So in the beginning of the pandemic, a friend of mine gave me a challenge that was way outside of my comfort zone. Bear with me, guys. I know this is a long story, but it's going somewhere. I promise you. So that challenge that she gave me was basically to put myself out there, to be comfortable online. Here I am with this online store, and I don't want to be putting myself out there. I don't want to, any business period, I don't want to be putting myself out there. I don't want to be, and I'm rehashing things in my mind. Oh, I shouldn't do things this way. I should do it this way. And I'm like going in this loop of trying to perfect things, when in reality, God is the only perfect being in the world. God is the only perfect being. So, you guys, as I mentioned yesterday, along with that business, God dropped something else in my spirit that was mentioned yesterday. You remember I mentioned the term fast forward? That was dropped in my spirit 3 years ago. And the target audience for this particular thing that was dropped in my spirit were new entrepreneurs that are apprehensive, new entrepreneurs that don't know how to start, new entrepreneurs that need guidance to getting from idea in their head to execution. So I'm seeing the big picture. I'm seeing what it is that the Lord asked, put in my heart to do to help my community, because businesses in my community, a lot of them fail within the first few years. And why are other businesses thriving and ours not? Knowledge. Anywho, without me going into deep detail, I was seeing the big picture, but then I'm seeing myself and I'm seeing, okay, I don't particularly like putting myself out there. I don't particularly like speaking publicly. I stick to the safe roads, the people I know, the places I know, the foods I know. I don't deviate much. So here I am thinking, Lord, you want me to do this thing here? And I'm way over here. So what today's conference, this entire weekend brought full circle for me is that all along the way, there are people, for this conference, these speakers were miles ahead of where I currently am. So they could definitely, the information, even though I may not know them personally, the information they shared could pull me and catapult me to, you know, as long as I execute on it, of course, could take me to the destination that I need to be in order to execute the thing that the Lord placed in my spirit. My role, my job is to help the people. I'm here. Let's say I'm here. There's some people that are here that God placed something on their heart, their spirit, and they're like, oh my God, I don't know how to start. I don't know what to do. I don't know. It might be a funding issue. They might not have the funds to do it. They're thinking, but I don't have the money. They might be thinking about the money, the how to, the what they need to do, all of these things. I have the capacity to assist these people at the moment because I can show them, hey, this is what you do. If you're in New York, you go and you want to register your business, blah, blah, blah. You do this, you do that. I could show them the things that I've done to get me here while I'm still growing because my teachers are here. They're pulling me, I'm pulling them. Each one teach one, you know, we're all cogs in the wheel and we all have our role. While I'm here, while I was initially cowering and thinking, my God, Lord, why are you telling me to do this? I don't have the capacity. How am I supposed to do this? Like, what it is? This weekend, there was definitely a shifting, a breaking, You guys, if you ever have the opportunity to go to Millions Conference, I believe that everyone that goes to this particular conference, God calls them. God sometimes has to pull us out of our familiar. He has to remove us from our routine, break up our routines, break it up, get us out of our cities, bring us to another location, to sit us down so that we could focus on what it is that he's saying. Sometimes we're, like I mentioned in yesterday's vlog, I was feeling like he wasn't speaking to me, but he's been speaking to me for years. He told me what to do years ago, and I started second guessing myself and stood still. So while I'm standing still, he's standing still, like he's not saying anything because he already gave me my instructions. Like, are you gonna do it? Sometimes for us to really hear from God, for us to continue having that voice strong, we have to move. We have to move. I'm here. My instructions for the next phase is here. There are people that are here already, pulling me, shifting me, moving me, catapulting me to where I need to be. There are people here that haven't started, that don't know. They might feel intimidated by the person here. But me, I could be like, yeah, girl, I did this, blah, 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 blah. This is what I did, blah, 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 blah. They might be more receptive, open to hearing what I have to say than this person right here in this season. A year from now, if they execute on everything that I share, they'd be open to this. They might even jump further than me. And it's a beautiful thing because it's all for the kingdom. It's all to ensure that everyone that God has a plan for. His purpose is executed. His purpose is executed. Everything is for the expansion of the kingdom, and it's not about us. Sometimes God just brings us to that realization, like, girl, why are you procrastinating? Not that I want to share so much right now, but I'll just say this. Sometimes God moves us. God has to shake things up for us a little bit to bring us away from what is normal, bring us away from our normal, our comfort zone, our safe roads and highways and safe friends and safe environments, and expose us to something new so that we can move forward to do the things that he placed in our hearts to do. And that was what this weekend was about for me. I'm so happy that I listened. I'm so happy that I listened. I'm so happy that I listened, you guys. And if God is telling you to do something, you guys, don't worry about worry about the big picture. Yes, pray over it and everything, but execute. Baby steps, one foot in front of the other. We don't move like kangaroos. We don't take huge jumps and leaps to get, miles ahead, miles in front of us. 1 foot at a time. 1 foot at a time. 1 foot at a time. Babies don't come out the womb and start running around the room. No, it doesn't happen like that. And I have come to the realization that entrepreneurship is much like that process. First, you learn to pick your head up. Then you learn to roll on your side. Then you crawl a little bit. Then you start walking. Then you start running around. You know what I mean? It's a process, and things happen exactly the way they're meant to happen. And we have to pay attention to the cues that we're getting. You guys, that's all I have for today. And I would reiterate once again, if you have the opportunity to come, room service is here with my food.
Hi everyone, I would love it if you hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel.
Thank you. You're welcome. I'm starving, you guys. I gotta eat, but like I said, if you have the opportunity to come to one of these, just do it. Do it! You definitely will be blessed. I feel like the Lord brings us to the places that he needs us in season. And us, sometimes we're like I mentioned before, when we're feeling like we're not hearing from God, what is it that he told you to do that you did not? Maybe he's waiting for you to execute on that thing, for you to be able to hear from him more clearly. I mentioned before that encounter I had with him the first night I got here. The very first night, it was beautiful. I hadn't had an experience with God like that in a long time. You guys, when we're obedient to the things that he's telling us, we're obedient to his cues, it's like we're in flow. We're in flow. We're in flow. The minute we break that flow, and yeah, I said I was gonna be done with this vlog, and I really am. So, bye guys. You're gonna be hearing more and more about all of the amazing things that God has me doing. So